は元気ですか？私は Felix Guardian です。So today, I thought I would react to this video where there's someone new playing Genshin, and I think I could give a little bit of advice in this scenario. I have been playing Genshin since version 1.0, that is 1 week after global release, so I believe I should be more than qualified to be giving advice to new players, especially in this sort of scenario. Dealing with a Ruin Hunter, especially when you're a really low AR, is something terrifying. And I think the way that this person handled it was not the best. So let's go through all of the things that I think she could do better if she ever has to deal with a Ruin Hunter again, shall we? Okay. So starting off, she has Noelle, Xinyon, Lisa, and Amber. None of them have their bursts up, which is understandable, especially if you don't know that you're going to be getting into a fight. And let's see. She didn't move away. She tanked that damage. And she used... Wait, hold on. Did she use a shield on top of a shield? Just in time. Just barely using a shield on top of a shield. In Genshin Impact, shields don't stack. So if you think you can put Noelle's shield and then Xinyun's shield at the same time, their health will actually stack and it wouldn't make a difference. Although there is an achievement for having 4 different shields on you at the same time, fundamentally, they don't make a difference to have them stacked on top of each other like that. Okay, so let's continue. So what I noticed is that her Lisa does a decent amount of damage. The biggest thing I think I would tell any new player is to watch their attack patterns and try their best to dodge them, because at a low AR things hit pretty hard. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so what you're doing right now, running away from the enemy and leading them away from the original spawn point, is not a good idea. This is not like an opinion of mine. If you lead a mob in Genshin too far away from the original spawn point, they will return to the original spawn point and regain all of their health, which means you have to do that again. If you want to avoid being attacked by an enemy by running away from them, try to lead them in a circle instead. Try not to get too far away from them, okay? Also, try your best to avoid running out of stamina when you're fighting monsters, because sprinting is actually dodging. You have iframes when you sprint. Okay, 1. I know that Lisa is a catalyst, but she cannot hit enemies from that far away. Also, I know my quality is horrible right now, but you have to understand, I have several things running right now. My computer is not liking this. What was I gonna say? Ruin Hunters are the most deadliest things to a low AR player if they get on a slope, or if you use a geoconstruct and they get higher than where your character is currently standing. Especially, there are 2 ways you can trigger its carpet bombing thing. Either you get too far away from it, or you use a geoconstruct or lure it someplace where you're not at higher than it, basically. Triggering a Ruin Hunter's carpet bombing is the worst thing you could do as a low AR player, because look at the amount of damage it will do, and if you don't know where you're supposed to be hitting, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So what you want to do is, because right now you have Amber on your team, if I had Amber, you would have to aim at its center core the best you can. I think it stays relatively still during its carpet bombing, so if you happen to have Noelle's shield up or Xinyun's shield up, try to tank the damage and attack the Ruin Hunter with Amber's charge shot into the core at the hold on. Let me see. This core in the middle here. I think once you hit that, I've never actually seen anyone hit the core while it's doing its carpet bombing. Usually they're panicking, running around, me included, or just tanking the damage and waiting for it to come back down. But I noticed also that moving along, you kind of just did that and switched out of Noelle, and I have a feeling you are not aware of what Noelle's shield actually does. Noelle is not just a shielder like Xinyun is. She's also a healer. If you want to know what characters' talents and all that other stuff does, if you're not sure about what they do if you happen to get them, there's actually a way you can check that. So first of all, you go into your character menu, you go into their talents, and then you click what you want to learn. Turns out that when Noelle has her shield up and she hits something, she regenerates HP for the entire team. You let your entire team die when you could have hit. Even though Noelle might not be a good DPS from the way that you've built her compared to the rest of your team, Noelle still has utility when she has her shield up. You could regenerate a little bit of health while you have her on your team, while using her, I mean. So this player eventually does take down the Ruin Hunter at the cost of practically her entire team. And I thought that I would give you a demonstration of how I would fight a Ruin Hunter with this team in these conditions. Now, let me see. The Ruin Hunter is level 31, and your Xinyun is level 27. Your Lisa is level 40. How 31 for your Noelle. My Noelle is 61. Xinyun is 20. Lisa is 40, and Amber is 63. I have a Ruin Hunter here, and I'm going to demonstrate the playstyles of these characters and dealing with a Ruin Hunter. Now, the main difference, okay, well, obviously, my Noelle and my Amber are highly over leveled for this, but my world level is the highest it can be right now, which is 6. Oh, sorry, is it 6 or is it 8? It's 8. Whoops. And that means my Ruin Hunter is going to be something like level 90 compared to a level 61 character, so which means this fight is not going to be easy. Also, my Noelle may have decently good artifacts and such, but I don't think it's going to help in this scenario. So we're going to fight a Ruin Hunter with this team. Hold on. What is my Xinyun weapon? I don't think that's the best, because same thing with Noelle. She scales off of defense, not attack, not HP. So this is going to be a hard freaking fight. So first off, you want to learn how to dodge attacks. Again, Noelle is a healer, so all you need to do is put her shield back up and hit a couple of times. Oops! I was just about to say, you really should not switch to a character you literally just revived. Also, you have food for a reason. Why weren't you using food during the fight? Which I'm actually going to use right now. I'm going to have to wait for Xinyan to be back up, but I think it should be fine. Generally speaking, when you're dealing with ruin hunters, you don't want to sprint away from them in a straight line. Oh no, and here comes the carpet bombing. Alright. Please use... Alright, so... There we go. And then you are free to wail on it as much as you like. Oops, that was not even what I was supposed to hit. Any small elevation you need to be wary of. Alright, so now that Xinyan is back up, I'm going to heal her a bunch. Let me get myself a crystallized shield real quick. So I can get a little bit of damage off. Now, granted, you had a better of a time as a fight than this. I don't like using Noelle, and I don't like using Xinyan because their cooldowns are... I don't like their cooldowns, basically. Alright, so let's see. Can I avoid all of the damage right now? Remember that your sprint is also a dodge. Are you coming down, my dude? That. Also, you also need to be aware of elemental reactions. Having two shields does nothing. Generally speaking, you don't want to be too close to the Ruin Hunter for that. I took damage there. Amber's bunny, oh my god, is a decoy. you should really try to use Amber's Bunny as much as possible, especially if you feel like you're going to be in a lot of trouble when it comes to damage stuff. So I'm gonna throw him over there. He didn't pick it up, but I'm pretty sure you understand what I mean. Ouch. Fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, this is about as well as I expected. Try to make sure that you don't get them on any sort of... Hey, I never said this was going to be easy, alright? Now, I could show you how I normally deal with Ruin Hunters, but you don't have those characters, so... I need you to come back down here, my dude. Well, I think you get the idea, right? Try to avoid them going up on slopes and such and so forth. And, well, I'll give you a little bit of other stuff to show you how I usually deal with the Ruin Hunters. Let me just run away from this fight real quick and despawn him. And not get into another fight while I'm at it. Thank you. Alright. So, this is not my usual theme, actually. I recently got Albedo. I suppose I could use them. Alright, so how about I do a more realistic team to fight a Ruin Hunter if you have the characters. Zhongli might be difficult for you to obtain, but Razor is a 4-star. So if you happen to get Razor, Razor is a very good DPS. And as for Venti, he might be difficult to obtain as well. So maybe if you have Fischl is a 4-star. She's also very good in this scenario. So let's head over and see how well I deal with the Ruin Hunter now that I have a team that I am far more comfortable with. Zhongli's shield is arguably one of the better ones in game. And I can reliably tank damage, basically. Technically, I didn't even need Fischl and Xingqiu. but you get the general idea. Any character, once they are built properly, can be viable. And some of my favorite characters in this game are 4-stars. Anyone can, quote unquote, easily get them. I'm just saying, because 4-stars, there are so many 4-star characters in this game that getting the one that you want is arguably harder than getting a 5-star that you want. So, with that said, I think that's all I want to say right now. I really should not leave my characters here, because if I log back in and they're being hit by a ruin card, I'm going to scream. So, that's all I wanted to say for this one. Try to be aware of your character's artifacts and their substats, not their substats, their set bonuses. Because if you noticed, my Noelle had only this one, when technically there are 2 artifact sets that have this exact same a set bonus, which arguably would be better for Noelle. Yeah, I've been playing for a while. Okay, it's been 3 years now. I have a lot of stuff, but let me see. There is Defender's Will, which is generally a 3-star to 4-star artifact set. You will probably come across this particular one fairly often if you fight bosses and whatnot. I would suggest going with that for Noelle. And if you happen to also have, let me see if I remember if I have it. Besides Defender's Will, there is also another type. I think it's like 5-star. Yeah. Husk of Opulent Dreams. You probably will not be able to farm this artifact set for quite some time, but once you do have the capability of doing so, please be aware that that domain to get that artifact is absolute hell, and you should probably only do that domain if you have a good healer or if you have help, because Rift Hounds are not nice to anyone, including people like me who focus a lot on having shields. Corrosion just saps away a portion of your character's HP, all of your character's HP all at once, no matter if you have a shield or not. So I really should have a defense on her, but I don't use Noelle, so I don't really have a reason to build her properly. If you happen to get this weapon for Noelle, if you're planning to use her a lot, that's also a very good thing. In case you noticed, my Noelle's shield was back up very quickly. I was able to use it twice in a row at one point. That's because of this shield, this weapon's special ability, which is that the skill has a chance to end its cooldown when it's being deployed. So, if you happen to get any sacrificial weapons, which are 4-star weapons, mind you, so you have a fairly good chance of getting one of these, please be aware that there are some characters that would benefit more from having sacrificial stuff than others. For instance, Xingqiu has the exact same problem as Noelle, which is that their cooldown for their skill is insanely long, which is why they have Sacrificial Greatsword and Sacrificial Sword. You really want to have these types of weapons for these characters, just in case. Also, if you happen to get Xingqiu at any point in time, he is the most broken, in a good way, Hydro character on the market right now. And you can buy him in the store with Masterless Star Glitter. So if you save up your Star Glitter, that being if it could load, that being this little golden thing here, which is what you use in this one, then you can buy Xingqiu if you have enough. And I would actually highly recommend it, especially if you already have a sacrificial sword. Don't use it on Traveler. Use it on Xingqiu. I can guarantee you're going to enjoy using Xingqiu. Okay? That's all I wanted to say. Janet.